Hi, Teresa Perkis here, also known as Terry. I'll be doing a reading from The Perfect Blend, Chapter 3. I'm at the top of the road armed with a bottle of wine. Get the door open and get ready for a hug. The line went dead as Catherine gave a weak smile through her tears. Catherine pushed herself up from the settee, swept all the tissues into the bin, and walked down the stairs to the front door. On seeing the shadow closing towards the frosted glass, she opened the door. She pulled Catherine into a hug as Catherine burst into more tears. "Oh, sweetie," Sue spoke softly as she kicked the door behind her closed. They stood together, with Catherine pulled into a tight embrace. Gradually the sobs subsided. Sue moved away to arm's length and gave Catherine an encouraging smile. "Unless we are going to stand here all night, I suggest we make our way up to your flat." Sue followed Catherine's slow climb up the 2 flights of stairs and entered the flat. Sue looked around. "You go and sit yourself down and I'll get myself a glass." On autopilot, Catherine walked to the settee and sat down. She downed the last of the wine in her glass, bent her head back and closed her eyes. Her lips trembled as though she was on the verge of tears again. Sue shrugged off her coat and hung it on the hook. Retrieving a glass from the cupboard, she opened a new bottle and poured herself some wine. Taking a slurp, she sat at the other end of the 2-seater settee, pulled Catherine's legs onto her lap, and proceeded to give her feet and calves a massage. "Catherine Mary Munden, are you going to tell me why you have drunk a full bottle of wine and got through what looks like a whole box of tissues and it's not 7 o'clock? "Oh, Sue, my life is such shit." Catherine's voice came out as a plaintive cry as more tears threatened to overcome her again. Sue waited patiently. "I screwed up at work," Catherine continued. Her sorrowful tone accentuated the depth of her emotions. "You can sort it out, though. Go in extra early and work on it. If anyone can sort out your work problems, it's you." Sue worked on a knot in her left calf, then slid her hand down to work on the arch. "Not this time." Catherine felt her bottom lip begin another cycle of trembling as tears again threatened to escape. "Why ever not?" "I've been sacked." The words came out emotionless. "What? How? Why? What did you do that was so bad?" Sue asked her friend with concern pouring out of every pore. "I screwed up big time, and it wasn't the first." Sue studied her friend and noticed worry lines etched on her face where there wasn't any before. Dark circles surrounded her eyes, and even though the crying had made them red, swollen and blotchy, her eyes appeared sunken. Her cheeks appeared as though she had lost some weight. Catherine squirmed under her friend's scrutiny. "What?" she asked. "Tell me what happened," Sue questioned softly. Catherine had a battle raging within herself. She hadn't spoken to Sue for a month, and so much had happened. She didn't know where to start. Did she start with her breaking up with her boyfriend Ben and all the hurtful barbs he had flung her way? Or did she admit that she had been duped by a con artist after binge shopping on an internet site and that she was now behind on her rent? Could she divulge how going through the menopause was playing havoc with her sleep patterns and that she hated feeling moody, snappy and grumpy? Should she reveal that everything she did seemed too much trouble? Should she let slip that she was on antidepressant tablets, but the side effects were worse than the good they were doing? Or did she admit that she needed a good bonk because she hadn't felt satisfied in years? But again, Ben's caustic comments rang in her ears. Or did she just want to talk about work? "Please speak to me. You look more worried than I've ever seen you." Sue reached across and took both of Catherine's hands in hers and said with a smile, "A woman with your talents will find a job fairly easily. Catherine gave a small shrug. That could be taken anyway. Okay, said Sue. So there's more going on. Do you care to tell me? Let me help. What does Ben think about it all? Ha! The noise came out like a strangle. Sue frowned at her friend. What do you mean by ha? Catherine pursed her lips together and let out a deep sigh. We split up about 6 weeks ago. Sue butted in, saying, 6 weeks ago? And I'm only hearing about this now because... Don't start. Catherine held up a hand to silence her friend. Sue kept quiet for a moment and asked in a gentle tone, what else haven't you told me? Your best friend, your forever friend, your friend with whom we have shared all our deepest secrets. Your friend who loves you, quirks and all. Almost as a whisper, she said, I thought he'd come back. Is that why you didn't want to speak last month? Catherine nodded. Her face crumpled some more. Do you want to tell me about it? Sue prodded. Not really, I'm embarrassed. Why? You never get embarrassed. The things you've told me over the years have made my toes curl, and not in a good way. She smiled as she looked at her friend, not seeing the usual rolling of eyes or laugh in return, asked, Do you need a cuddle? A small smile reached her eyes as she replied, I need more than a cuddle, but as you're a woman and my best friend, a cuddle will have to do. Sue nudged Catherine's shoulders as she scooted over. So you need a good bonk, is it? If only. Sue frowned as she asked, I've told John to put the kids to bed, so I've got all night. Well, perhaps not all night, but at least until midnight. That's an excerpt from The Perfect Blend, Chapter 3. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to ask me any questions, then please do. Contact me on this site or search me on social media. Okay, bye then. Thank you.